Hello Libra, thank you so much for being here. My name is Carly. I am a psychic, intuitive, and Reiki practitioner. And if this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And if you are returning, thank you so much for your patience and grace. It's on a hiatus. I'm so happy to be here and be present with you now. Let's go ahead and get started on your reading for December 2023 for my Libras. Okay, my Libras, December 2023. I will list all the decks I'm using below in the description box. Let's go ahead. Okay, so Libra, you have number 9, relationships, intimacy, freedom, trust, acceptance. Number 27, emotional balance, stability, harmony, peace, fluidity. And number 25, passion, desire, fun, fulfillment, and joy. Sorry, I'm getting like separate messages as I'm reading these already. Let me just get you to look at these first. Take it in. Okay. So seeing blue energy around the word fluidity here on emotional balance. So for those of you who've been here before, I do readings in a very intuitive way. I'm super thankful to have the gift of being able to see colors and see frequencies as colors. And most of the time it relates to chakra colors. Sometimes it does relate to different frequencies like the feminine or masculine energy. Or I'll just get it in the moment, and other times it's a lot of white light energy actually. But in this case, the blue energy around fluidity tells me about your throat chakra and about speaking, and your throat chakra is actually all about wisdom. So your expression of wisdom, I feel like if I had to take like an intuitive kind of swing at it right now, to not be so rigid in how we are expressing in the month of December 2023, especially when it comes to relationships where we want to communicate with our relationship buddy, you know, our family member, our friend, our romantic partner, whichever relationship this is resonating in, if it is, to be more fluid and flowy in terms of our expression, in terms of our wisdom with it. And keep in mind too, yes, blue relates to throat chakra and throat chakra relates to expression and wisdom, but expression doesn't have to come through just vocally. Expression and wisdom can come through just vibration and stillness and beingness just as much as it can come through vocally as well. Expression is all about your way of being and how you choose to emanate different vibrations throughout you to land in this reality. So whichever way you choose to express in terms of relationships, there's an ask to be more fluid and more flowy with it, and to not, just to be mindful of like where the rigidity, I hope I said that right, is in it. But yeah, that's what I'm getting so far. Bottom of the deck, you have number 17, choice, free will, courage, willpower, and change. I did see orange energy around the word courage there. So again, that talks about your sacral chakra. So this could very well be, you know, having courage to speak up in a relationship, having courage, just anything to do with relationship. You know, maybe speaking up about intimacy or about freedom, acceptance, trust in a relationship, or just speaking up in general about that to create positive change. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling so far. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on with the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck for Libra. Libra, December 2023, Libra. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention too, so the orange energy I was seeing around courage on the choice card it could be in relationships. It could also be just in terms of like creativity. So having the courage to go after a creative dream, having the courage to do something in a different way, in a more creative way, just anything to do with creativity. It could also be courage and creativity as well for you this month. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of a highlight on just trying things from a different creative perspective, especially if something hasn't been working out for you. Trying it in a different perspective so that it helps you to shift your perception about something, especially if what I'm saying right now is resonating for you in terms of your gut, like you're feeling it in your gut about a particular situation or person or relationship or dynamic. It can be work, can be romantic, platonic, familial. If something hasn't been working in a way that you desire for the best of all involved, including self, try shifting, try getting a different creative flow to it, to be more open creatively, to implement something in a more creative way where it allows you to see it from a different perception so that you're able to shift your perception on it and then you're able to kind of go at it in a new light, so to say. Be fearless and stand strong has a lot of white light energy around it, and it fell out directly underneath emotional balance. So, hold on. Being fearless and standing strong isn't about, like it's not about like guarding our hearts. Being fearless and standing strong is all about being in self, trusting self, knowing that I got my own back, knowing that I am safe to be seen, I am safe to be me, and I am safe to speak. It's a very like divine masculine energy that we can all harness. And that's what I'm getting this month, is just being in your own self enough to seek, allow, and be in tune with emotional balance within any relationship dynamic, even relationship with self. For some, I'm hearing mom, so maybe it's about holding a different energy in terms of this relationship with mom. Maybe you have to communicate something with mom this month, and maybe it's not like the easiest to communicate, but it's like, okay, how can I hold myself and honor myself in a way where I feel and know that I'm good, whilst also addressing all of these different factors, parameters, everything in between, and acknowledging and giving this person, in this case for some it may be mom, the space this month as well to also meet me in this dance that I'm choosing to co-create and step into right now. This dance being this talk, this conversation, this expression. How can I create that, okay? Feeling sturdy in self, feeling secure in self is really what that's all about. Spirit Fox is a little bit separate, I would say a little bit separate from this kind of area of the reading, but still part of the reading. Trust your talents in changing times. And it's beautiful because with this card, I've seen this card 1,000 times, but there's this little symbol on the fox's neck. I don't know if you can see that right there. It's like a little kind of sun symbol. And I'm like, that's interesting because I've seen this card so many times. This is the first time I'm seeing the symbol. And to me, it's just like really following your heart. It's really being in your heart space. I know I say that quite often, but it really is Libra. It's really about following your heart. Bringing peace to certain scenarios this month is what I'm feeling for you. Bottom of the deck, you have High Priestess, harness mystic power. We're going to go in with the tarot card here, the tarot deck. Interesting. Okay, so you have Four of Water, Abundance, and Father of Water. Give me 1 second. Okay, so Libra, I'm going to read this for you. This fell out underneath the relationships card. So underneath relationships, intimacy, freedom, acceptance, and trust. We had these two cards fall out for you. There's Four of Water, Abundance, and Father of Water. I'm going to hold them up, but I want to read the Father of Water for you out of the book. Father of Water is all about sensitivity. So in essence, it's perceptiveness, psychic receptivity, patience, inner knowing, intuitive thought processes, artistic talent, sometimes fogginess in the face of the ungraspable. The inner message is to follow your intuitive insightfulness, heed its subtlest intimations, even if you don't put them into words. See what I was saying about wisdom and expression, even if you don't put them into words. Direct insights happen without words. It is a mistake to believe that only what is expressible can really be true. The truth exists beyond all expressions. The mystery all around us is so ungraspable that our limited concepts can only point to it. Now trust your most delicate feelings. They speak to you more clearly than any words. Outward manifestation. Your non-judgmental perceptiveness makes others seek your advice. Don't be shy. Use this talent to enhance your environment or business. The desire to share your intuitive knowledge with others is a genuine desire to comfort and assist, okay? So, so definitely it could be business relationships too, where you're having to really kind of bring more balance and peace into it and really to honor yourself, remember your why, trust your inner knowing, your inner gut, and move from this really pure place. And then that's what's going to bring in more of like an openness into different relationships in your life. That whichever area this is like resonating for. Could be relationship with self too. So you also had the Spiritual Warrior card. I'll fill it directly underneath those cards. Seeking, it relates to the Chariot. Spiritual orientation, the search for your own truth, inner work, self-contemplation, power, self-actualization in the outer world. Follow your intuition, even though you're uncertain sometimes. Focus on what is truly important now. If you want to find your spiritual direction, you can't struggle with parts of yourself. To find the whole truth, you neither torture your body nor numb your senses. The real spiritual warrior is peaceful within. Yes, that's like exactly the energy I was feeling with this card. It's about being peaceful within, bringing peace to situations. He neither fights himself nor others. His ability to surrender to life and his growing faith in the power of the great mystery awakens an understanding so profound that it makes him invincible. In Native American tradition, the search for meaning usually starts with an initial quest for a guiding vision. Alone in the wilderness, each seeker exposes himself to unknown forces without any protection. He patiently waits for a message from the Great Spirit that will determine his future course. The spiritual warrior tells you to pay more earnest attention to your inner being, even while working and in all your relationships. When your soul's, see, I said relationships, okay. When your soul's values permeate your activities, when your work reflects your inner truth, you live in unity, then you are one, undivided, no longer torn between contradictory desires, conventions, and opinions. Seek this internal unification. The spiritual warrior knows that misuse of power on any level will never lead to genuine wisdom. Yeah, and that's what I was talking about earlier, was like I was seeing this blue light energy around the word fluidity and how that correlates to our throat chakras, and our throat chakras are all about wisdom, being wise and expressing, okay? So I'm getting definitely more of a sense now. Work relationships are a highlight here. For a very small number, or maybe even one person here, could be a relationship with mom. Just relationships in general, and also relationship with self. But being wholesome in yourself, knowing that you're good, coming from that point of like your inner state and peacefulness, and bringing peace to scenarios, and being able to communicate, express your light, your wisdom in different scenarios, right? 5 of air, fear. So there's a little bit of mental, of course, when it comes to like expression too, sometimes there's like a little bit of mental things that come up that try to say like, oh, how are you going to do it? Or are you sure you're going to do that? Or, you know, like different doubts, different fears, different mental energies there. But just know that you're good. Just know that you're safe. And the more you practice this, the more you're only going to build that, I guess you could say like confidence, but it's really, I don't know. It's like the energy I'm feeling is not so much building confidence. It's more so remembering just who you are and just allowing yourself to be. And then in that, everything flows, everything flourishes, as we see with the 4 of abundance, the 4 of water, abundance card here. Soothing. I feel like you could definitely, I'm picking up and hearing too, you could be soothing a lot this month too. Like people could be coming to you this month to ask about advice, to like you're going to be a space holder and help people to really soothe into this like rhythm of peace, this aura of peace this month. Like I really feel this for you, Libra. You also got Medicine Woman, Moon, and Transformation, and I feel like these cards are specific for you because of this that you're doing this month. So this is all about your intuition, trusting your intuition, honing that, you know who you are. And with that, we have the moon and the transformation. So you've done a lot of internal reflection, and just from you, I mean, that's the best thing about any type of relationship. It's like it always gets us to look within ourselves because of our feelings in relationships and how they're reflected back to us. And I feel like whatever you're moving through this month, in terms of all the dynamics of all relationships, especially those really important ones that you're feeling a lot of resonance with in this reading, you're really acknowledging yourself in it, and you're really acknowledging others in these relationships, and you're allowing it to just guide you and to carry you on to where you know like you're going to go next, to where you want to go. It's really beautiful. Yeah, it's really, really beautiful. Bottom of the deck, Libra, you have 10 of water, fulfillment. So I do see like a lot of good emotions for you this month, for December 2023. Just in like a very beautiful, like serene, peaceful, emotional space. Serene and peaceful. It's just really, really good. Yeah. And again, if there is like one thing that comes up this month where it's asking you to look at something from a different perspective, just know like if it's a creative thing or something in relationships, that there's that courage there, this energy of courage that's here for you if needed, if you really, really need it and really desire it and want it, to choose to take it and allow that to shift your perception on something so that you're able to see it from a new light. But yes, All right, Libra, so we're going to pull another card for you. It's not an oracle or tarot deck. It's actually a deck that was created just as like an icebreaker deck. But I like to use these as journal prompt cards or meditative cards, so feel free to utilize it in this way or whichever way, if you come up with a new creative way to utilize it in, feel free to tap into that as well. Ooh, what is the best decision? What is the best decision you have ever made? So feel free to journal about this, meditate on it. What is the best decision you have ever made? What is the best decision? And even like I would add to that, why? Like what about it lit you up? What about it felt so good? What about it just like carried your soul into all the goodness? All right, Libra, that concludes your reading. Thank you so much for being here. I know that you're going to have an incredible December 2023, no doubt about it. You deserve nothing less. And yeah, just thank you so much for being here. If you do want to give this video a thumbs up, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you on the next video. Take care, Libra.